Hello there, my name is Technolith, and I want to welcome you to the 9th video in my series on how to mod Skyrim using Dark Lady Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonborn Skyrim Modding Guide. In our last video, we covered everything on the merge page and creating the merges, and now we have finally reached the finish line. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first of all, a warning right at the top, if you didn't follow instructions on the previous page, run merge plugins hide now. So we're almost here. The worst is behind you. Hours and hours of downloading is done, literally. There's a little bit more to go though. We got about 2 to 3 more hours before actually playing the game, if all goes well. So take a deep breath and let's dive in. Our first piece here is the SetESL Script. So the ESM ESP count is going to go down, down, down. So despite all the things that we've done, we still have a relatively high count of ESM ESP files. And we have driven it down by quite a bit through the use of Zmerge, but we can actually do more. Now, it turns out that a lot of these files that are ESPs can actually be turned into ESPFE files, sometimes called ESL files. And ESPFE files are ESP files that are flagged in xEdit to be run as an ESL. And so all plugins with this flag will be combined at game runtime and loaded into the FE slot of the game's load order, which is why the limit of ESP ESM plugins is 254, not 255. So what we need to do is we need to get this number down to below 254, or below 255 rather, of ESPs. And this is going to do a lot of that work for us. So by running this script, all the plugins that meet the criteria to become ESPFE will be automatically flagged, giving us more breathing room in the counts. So in Mod Organizer 2, we're going to click the gear buttons to edit our executable paths. We're going to select the SSE edit entry. So right now you can see that we have 1,471 plugins, and we need to, we're going to try to push that down even more. So we're going to go to the gears and we're going to select the SSE edit. We're going to select the clone selected option and rename the clone to this SSE edit dash SetESL. So clone we're going to hit the down arrow on plus, and we're going to click clone selected. Okay. We're going to rename it to what we just did. And then in the argument field, we're going to type in dash sudo ESL. Okay. And we're going to click apply. And now we're going to run SSE edit SetESL. So apply. Okay. And now we're going to run the SetESL. We're going to select all plugins and press OK. And this will probably take a minute to load. Then we're going to highlight all plugins, right click and select apply script. Okay, just close out of that. Background loader is finished. We're going to select all We're going to select everything. So all the plugins are selected. We're going to right click, apply script. We're going to locate SetESL Script. So right below set default water, set ESL. Okay. And then we're going to click run script, let the script run, exit and save. So remember, we have 1471 with 200 and something ESPs. We're going to click OK. And it's done. So it processed 1,469 records. And these are all the mods that it was able to change into a ESL. So about 20, maybe 25. We're going to press OK. And we're done. All right. So now we have 81 ESPs. So 210 total. So we are well below the limit now for ESLs and ESMs and ESPs. So this is good. All right, our next section is loot rules. Rule 1, Lexy gets all loot. Okay, so one of the most invaluable tools ever created for Skyrim is loot. And it's a utility that's designed to assist us in maintaining a working load order for the mod list. And remember, we talked about before how important the correct load order is. So it uses user-submitted metadata to determine the best load order for a given set of mods, which is great when you only have a few dozen, but nowhere close to sufficient when your list has over 1,000 plugins. So to help it out, we have the ability to provide loot rules, specialized sets of instructions on how to order certain mods and what order to do the sorting in. So you might remember when you installed loot back in the beginning, oh, so many hours of work ago, that you set up a network of loot groups. And so this is the moment you did that work. So for each of the plugins listed below, right click on the plugin and select edit metadata. In the new window, add the plugin listed to the group they are listed with and add any load after rules that might apply as well. So note that you are only adding or changing things. When editing a plugin's loot rules, anything already listed under the load after tab that can't be deleted is part of the loot master list and cannot be altered. So don't worry about those. Okay. So this is manual. There is no automated way to do this. So this is absolutely going to take a while. Okay. So be prepared. So we are going to open up loot. And by the way, there is a video about loot here if you want to watch it. It's not from Lexy. It's just from a well-known streamer. But we don't need that because we're just going to do it right now. So we're going to click loot and we're going to run. Parsing, merging, etc. Now, if I go to edit groups, here are the groups that we created. Remember, we created them in the beginning. So they are already there. Okay. All right. So to find these faster, we're going to go down here and we're going to click on filters and then show only plugins with cards that contain blank. We need to start typing some stuff in. So whatever words you think are most in line with the ESP. So the first one here is the great city of Dragonbridge.esp. So I'm going to type in Dragon Bridge. And right over here, we can see the great city of Dragonbridge.esp. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to click edit metadata. And then right here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to find the village mods group. And then I'm going to click save. And that's it. Okay. So if I click on the great city of Dragonbridge.esp again, it has that in the village mods group. Now, for any mods that we're not going to specify, the master list will determine what group it goes in. So we're only doing the ones we have to manually. Now, the other thing is that sometimes there are rules that we have to add as well. In this village mods group, there are no rules. So we don't have to worry about that for this particular group. All right, let's keep going. So the great city of Dragonbridge USS EP patch. Village mods save. Okay. Now we're going to do IVAR. Iverstead. Okay. The great town of Iverstead.esp. Village mods save. Okay. And then we're also looking for the 3D NPC patch right here. Edit metadata. Village mods save. And if we go and we check it, there we go. Okay. Next is CFTO. Oh, sorry. Alternate start patch is next. Edit metadata. Village mods. Save. Cacao patch. Edit metadata. Village mods. Save. CFTO tweak. There we go. Edit metadata. Mods. Save. Skyrim's unique treasures patch. Right here. Edit metadata. Village mods. Save. USS EP patch. Village mods. Save. LOTD patch. Village mods. Save. Embers XD. Village mods. Save. The KIC patch right here. Village mods. Save. Okay. Scroll down. Okay. The great city of Morthal. So the great city of Morthal.esp. Village mods save. And the CFTO patch. Village mods save. Okay. And then we have finding HAL patch. Village mods save. The great city of Rorikstead. There we go. Edit data. Village mods save. Shores Stone. So the great town of Shores Stone.esp, edit metadata, village mods, save. And then the 3DC patch, or the great town of Shores Stone. .3D NPC patch right here. Village mods, save. The great town of Shores Stone enhanced. Right here. Edit metadata. Village mods. No. Yes. The great town of Shores Stone enhanced. Okay. And then we have Shores Stone abandoned castle. So great village. Great village stone. Great village Shores Stone abandoned castle. Village mods save. Embers XD. Great town of Shores Stone Embers XD patch. Village mods save. City and Mountain Fogs patch. Village mods save. SUT patch. Village mods save. USSEP patch. Village mods save. We got PG PSS. The great town of Shorestone. Embers XD no fire. Village mods save. Iverstead. And we got Great Town of Iverstead. Great Town of Iverstead SFCO patch. Okay. And then Shores Stone. SFCO patch. Okay. So this section here of Village Mods group is done. Our next session is the Creation Club group. And there are no load after rules to be added. Thankfully, we can search for UH DAP. Okay. And that should make things a little bit faster. So we have en0.esp. And this is the Creation Club. There we go. Save. And then we have en1. Creation Club. Save. en2. Creation Club save. en3. Creation Club save. en4. Creation Club save. And Music HQ. Creation Club save. Okay. So the Creation Club group is done. Fixes and Resource group is next. LuxVia plugin. So we'll look for LuxVia. LuxVia-plugin.esp. edit metadata, fixes, and resources. There we go. Save. Next is the early loaders group. So there are 2 load after rules to be added. Make sure you edit landscape fixes for grass mods.esp, not water for enb patch landscape fixes for grass mods.esp. You got it. Okay. So the first one doesn't have anything specific. So landscape fixes for grass mods. Oh, it's right here. Landscape fixes for grass mods, not water for ENB patch. So there's that water for ENB patch, landscape fixes for grass mods. But we're doing this one, okay? Don't be fooled that there's some words there because that happens sometimes. This is going into the early loaders group. Okay, save. You can edit metadata, early loaders. Okay. Majestic Mountains is next, and it needs to be loaded after Skyrim Remastered Glaciers and Ice. So we're going to look for Majestic Mountains.esp, early loaders group. Okay. And then load after, add a new row. Skyrim Remastered. So just add a new row, then double click and start typing in Skyrim Remastered Glaciers and Ice. And that's all you have to do. Then click save. We can double check. Load after Skyrim Remastered Glaciers and Ice, group early loaders. And then we have the grass mod here. So VEY regions, edit metadata, early loaders, save. And then we have no grass. No grass ESP. Edit metadata, early loaders. Load after this regions one. So add a new row. VEY. Okay. Click save. Done. Early loaders group is done. Next is the low priority overrides group. Missives, trigger box, bigger trigger box range. And the group is going to be low priority overrides. Save. Okay. Trivial Smelters of Skyrim group. TRIVIL. Okay. First of all is Falkreath. There we go. Done. And then Morthal 3D NPC. Done. Riften. Go. Riverwood. And Solitude. Save. Okay. Double check one. Yep. Okay. All right. Next is CCOR patches group. If I just type in CCOR, how many mods am I going to get? There are no special load after rules for this one. So CCOR bandolier patch fixes. Edit. And we're going to the CCOR patches group. Okay. CCOR campfire patch. Right here. CCOR patches. CCOR J sword. There we go. Save. CCOR ordinator. CCOR patches save. Dr. Bandolier. Dr. Bandolier CCOR patch. CCOR patches. Save. SIC CCOR patch. Okay. And then CCOR patches. Save. And then SL01 amulets. There we go. SL01 amulets Skyrim CCOR patch. CCOR patches. Okay. We have the CACO patches group. And the none on the directions. So CACO underscore S. Okay. Skyrim immersive creatures SE patch. Edit metadata. Did I miss something? Okay. Let me check. So CACO patches. I'm going to open up the pre-installation instructions. And we're going to go to loot. Okay. Here we go. Loot configurations. I missed that? Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to game. Whoops. I'm going to go to game, edit groups. So we have village mod. I'm going to double check this. Village mods, reveal miners, DCOR, cow, owl, snazzy, merge. Okay. Lux, lux orbits, lux via. NPC retextures, consistency patches, conflict resolution. So here, CACO patches. Okay. So we are gonna go here. We're going to group name, paste, add new group right here. We're gonna click and go there and there. Okay. So auto arrange groups. Okay. There we go. And then we've got owl. Okay. So auto arrange groups. CCOR to cacao to owl. Right? Yep. To owl to snazzy to merge. Save. Okay. So that's fixed. So now we can go back to the filters and close out of that. And we can search for CACO underscore Skyrim. So Skyrim immersive creatures SE patch, edit metadata. I'm going to go to CACO patches. Save. And that's the only one. And then we have owl group. So we'll just type in open world loot.esp. Okay. Edit metadata. Owl. Save. Okay. Merge patches group. ANIM. Animals merged. Edit. Merge patches group. Save. And then we're looking for weapons armors merged.esp. And we're putting that in the merged patches as well. Merge patches. Save. Next is the Lux group. So Lux dot Lux.esp. Edit metadata. Lux. Save. Okay. And then we're going to do Lux Orbis. Okay. Lux Orbis.esp. And we're going to load after Lux.esp. So edit metadata. Lux Orbis. Okay. Load after Lux.esp. Save. And we're going to open that up again. Load after Lux.esp. Lux Orbis. Okay. And then we also want the Lux Orbis, the great city of Dragon Bridge, no light. I'm going to type in Lux Orbis, the great city of Dragon Bridge, no light. And then going to put it in Lux Orbis. Save. No special rules there. Lux Via. Lux Via. Solitude Docs patch. We're going to put it in the Lux Via group. And Lux Via dash plugin.esp. Lux Via dash plugin.esp. Save. Done. Okay. NPC retextures group. Quite a few load after rules here. We'll start with BNP infix. NPC retextures load after NPC retexture merge. Okay. Save. Good. Next is NPC retexture merge SSE. No special rules. And we're going to put it in the group of NPC retextures. Okay. The next three are going to come after NPC retexture merge. Okay. So ls underscore Vander Courier. Edit metadata. NPC retextures. Load after NPC retextures merge sse.esp. Okay. LOTD. Visual overhaul. Edit metadata. NPC retextures. Load after NPC retexture merge .sse. Save. RS children. Load after NPC retexture merge. RS children. There we go. Edit metadata. NPC retextures. Load, oops. Delete row. Load after NPC retexture merge. Okay. And then we want RS children WACCF patch. RS children WACCF patch. Going to be in the NPC retextures group, and it's going to load after RS children. Add a row. RS children.esp. Save. And then we have RS space. RS children merge. There we go. RS children patches merged. Load after RS children.esp. NPC retextures. RS children.esp. Yep. And then finally, so save. And then finally, Great Town of Shorestone RS Children's Patch. And we're just changing this to NPC retextures. Save. All right, next is the consistency patches group with no changes to the load order. Lexy's LOTD consistency patches merged. We're going to put it in the consistency patches category. LOTD shipping crates consistency patch. We're going to put that into consistency patches. SFCO consistency patch. We're going to put that in consistency patches. Twilight Princess Armor consistency patch. We're going to put that in consistency patches and save. All right. Then we have the conflict resolution group. Let's see here. Okay, just 2 more groups. And then a bunch of individual files. So, conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. Okay. Lexy's LOTD SE conflict resolution. All right, there is only one here. Okay. Lexy's LOTD SE conflict resolution. We're going to go to conflict resolution save. Winterhold. Okay. Conflict resolution save. Windhelm. Conflict resolution save. Solstheim. Conflict resolution save. Lux. ODW. College. Edit metadata. Conflict resolution and Lexy's LOTD SE conflict resolution. So add new row. Lexy's LOTD SE conflict resolution dot ESP. Okay. Save. Dawnstar City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. So conflict resolution. Save. Markarth City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. Save. Minor towns and cities overhauls. Conflict resolution. Save. Morthal City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. Save. Riften City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. Save. Solitude City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. Save. And then Whiterun City Overhaul. Conflict resolution. Save. Okay. So the conflict resolution group is done. The final group is leveled list modifiers group. Our first one is Lux conflict resolution. So we're putting it in the leveled list modifiers. There are no add-ons to this. Save. YOT dash your own thoughts merged. This goes in leveled list modifiers. Save. And then no underscore quest startups. And this is going in leveled list modifiers, and it's loaded after YOT, your own thoughts merged. YOT, your own thoughts merged. Save. Okay. So load after root rules. So the mods in this section needs to stay in their groups that they are in by default. The only change necessary is the specified load after rules. Okay. And there are a goodly portion of these. All right. We're going to start with missives, experience patch. Right here. Edit metadata. So we're going to add a new row. Bounties redone. Bounties redone, missives extension. Okay. Save. That's it. The next one is perks. Perks of our Valhalla block only. Edit metadata. Load after ordinator. Load after ordinator, perks of Skyrim. Save. The next one is Lux Orbits. Lux Orbis. Rin's Farm. Rin's Farms. Riften Docks overhaul patch. And we're loading after several things. So first one we're loading after is RT Docks, Rin's Farms. Okay. Add new row. Lux Orbits, Riften Docks overhaul patch. And then also the Lux Orbis Rin's Farms. Rin's Farms. Lux Orbis, Rin's Farms. There we go. Is that it? Lux Orbis, Rin's Farms? Yes. Okay. Save. All right. Next is the Windhelm Docks pathway. Windhelm Docks pathways. Okay. And we're doing it after Immersive Citizen. Immersive Citizens AI overhaul. Okay. Save. Next is the Ebony Warrior overhaul. Okay. Revamped, releveled. Next is music. We're looking at Moonpath, music, weather, and other fixes. This one right here. Okay. And then we're going to add a new row. JR Moonpath, the Elsweyr patch. Save. The next one is Moonpath Blacksmith. Moonpath Blacksmith Forge Water Fix. Edit metadata. Load after Lucian Moonpath patch. Okay. Save. The next one is ROM ICH. Okay. ROM ICH WACCF patch. Edit metadata. Add new. Load after ROM ISC patch.esp. Okay. We're there so far. Okay. Next is DBM. DBM blue has terrace.patch. Okay. Add new row. Arch. Whoops. I guess you can't do search in the middle of it. So improved solitude arch, LOTD, and blue palace terrace. Save. Okay. Next is JK. Solid JK's apostrophe S. Solitude outskirts.esp. ELOS. Autumn Oaks Autumn Colors. Save. Next is 3D NPC. Imperious patch. Oh. "3D NPC Imperious patch." load after Imperious Races of Skyrim.esp. Okay. Midian-born content add-on. A Midian-born content add-on. Lore weapon expansion. So add a new row. Lore weapon expansion. Okay. Save. At your own pace. At your own pace. Main quest. Okay. Load after alternate start, live another life. Go. Save. Diverse Dragons Collection SE. Deadly Dragons. Diverse Dragons Collection SE. Load after Deadly Dragons.esp. Okay. We're here. Oh, we're so close to the end. Okay. Next is Draugr. Draugr upgrades and improvements. There we go. Not the patch. Edit metadata. Load after Skyrim revamped. Complete enemy overhaul. Okay. Next is ETAC. Pines Grove. And we're going to load that after Immersive Citizens. Immersive Citizens AI overhaul. Okay. Next is Forceful Tongues. Forceful Tongue.esp. And we're going to load it after two mods. Deadly Dragons and Disparity. Deadly Dragons and Disparity. Forceful Tongue. Okay. Save. GG's Thieves Guild HQ LOTD patch. Right here. And we're going to load it after DBM _ T GR patch. Okay. Save. HPP my fixes. HPP my fixes by Zudo chopping blocks campfire. Add new. HPP firewood, snow, campfire. Okay. Save. Enhanced blood. ISC enhanced blood patch. Okay. Add new row. AOS underscore EBT patch. Save. Next is Lux water for ENB patch. And we're going to load it after water for ENB. Water for ENB is shades of Skyrim.esp. Save. We got missives. Wait. Just going to do ferry. Missives, carriage, and ferry travel overhaul patch. Edit metadata. Load after CFTO. Okay. Save. OG Splendid Dragons. And we're going to load that after Diverse Dragons Collection SE. Simple horse tweaks. Simple horse tweaks. Edit metadata. Simplest horse. Simplest horse. Save. Okay. Reliquary of Myth. Reliquary of Myth.esp. And we're going to load that after Complete Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul. Complete Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul. Next is ROM. ROM Dragon Priest Masks Pack. Load after Reliquary of Myth. Okay. Save. And then we got ROM ICH patch. And we're going to load that after Reliquary of Myth. ROM Saints and Seducers patch. And we're going to load that after Saints and Seducers Extended Cut DCOR patch. Okay. They look very similar. Make sure you select the right one. Skyrim encounter zones. Skyrim encounter zones. And open world loot. Open world loot.esp. Okay. Solitude dome paintings. Solitude dome paintings. Extravagant blue palace.esp is what we'll attach it to. Save. Okay. Let me double check that. Yep, we're good. Save. Two more. Just two more. Vander Courier. Forgotten City patch. We're going to load that after Vander Courier USSEP patch. Whoops. No, LS underscore Vander Courier USSEP patch. Okay. Save. And then finally, blended roads fixes is going to load after blended roads. You would think it would know that. I wonder, oh man, what would happen if you selected blended road fixes to load after blended road fixes? All right, and then we're going to click save. And we are done. Like, done. Okay. All of these little images with the person, that means that they were manually edited by us. We have manually edited quite a few of these files. So now, oh my gosh, it's time to run loot. Take the money and run. Take another deep breath. You're now ready to actually sort your load order. So in the top left of the loot window, there should be an icon that should display sort plugins. If you mouse over it, click the icon to begin the sorting process. After the sorting is finished, it should update the window with the calculated load order, and a apply sorted load order button should appear in the menu at the top of loot. Press apply sorted load order and then close out of loot. All right, let's read these warnings first. Make sure you've applied your load order changes, not just sorted them. Until you apply the changes, your plugins have not been sorted. Loot may show a number of warning messages which may relate to SKSE version mismatches, mod incompatibilities, and so forth. Ignore these loot warnings. Okay. So we're in loot right now. Notice it has warnings 11, errors 6, total messages 71. Let's press sort plugins. This could take a while. There's a lot of plugins for it to sort with a lot of logic, right? To figure out what goes before what, after what. But it's done. And now we can press apply sorted load order, and we have applied the sorted load order. Now, you'll notice that there's still 10 warnings, 5 errors, 69 total messages. Please ignore that. All right. If you scroll down, there'll be some different things here, right? Some warnings. Like this plugin requires the holdguard.esp to be installed, but it's missing. Blah, blah. Okay. Just ignore all that. Close out of loot. Closed. So this process has sorted our mods to be loaded in the order recommended by the loot master list, along with our necessary adjustments. This doesn't handle the order that the plugins themselves require. To fix this, we need to do a small adjustment in xEdit. So open xEdit through Mod Organizer 2 and click OK. Select all plugins. Right-click on any plugin and select Sort Masters from the menu. Once the process is finished, click the X button, uncheck Backup Plugins, and click OK to exit xEdit. So now we're going to open up xEdit 64. Okay. We're going to press Run. We're going to select all, press OK. Okay. So now we're going to select all plugins, right click, sort masters. So select Skyrim, scroll all the way down, shift the last one in the list, and then sort masters to match current load order. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. Sorting masters now. Done sorting masters. Elapsed time 7 seconds. Once this is finished, press X. Uncheck backup plugins. Press OK. Press the X. Uncheck backup plugins and press OK. All right. All right, so now that loot is done, we can move on to the Moonpath to Elsweyr SSE INIs for ENB. So in Mod Organizer 2, we need to locate Moonpath music, weather, and other fixes.esp and make note of the mod index number. It starts with FE, but ignore the FE. So for example, in the guide, Lexy's is FE031, so hers is 031. So let's look at Moonpath music. These are the mod index numbers. So Moonpath music, weather, and other fixes.esp. Okay. And okay. And this one here says FE03F. Now, some of them are all numbers, some of them have a letter, but mine is 03F. So you're going to have to know what yours is by looking it up and doing the same thing. Do not use 03F if yours is not 03F. Okay. All right. So now that I have that, if you've not done so already, manually download the INIs for ENB. So you remember in the very first video, we downloaded a file and then we said we're going to come back to it later. So now we're going to come back to it later right now. So in your downloads folder on your computer, hopefully you haven't deleted it. You have the INIs for ENB file right here. If you don't have this file, you are going to go to Mod Installation Part 1, and then go ahead and search for the Moonpath to Elsweyr SSE music, weather, and other fixes. And then right here, you can download the INIs for ENB, and then you can re-download them here under this link. Okay? If you don't have them already. But if you do have them, then just go here, extract all, okay, and ionize for ENB. Now, what we're going to do with these is we're going to take these, we're going to go to Skyrim Special Edition, and then we're going to go to the ENB series folder, and we're going to paste these 3 ionize into the ENB series folder. So ENB series. Take these 3 ionize and click copy. ENB series paste. And you've pasted the 3 ENBs into the ENB series folder in your Skyrim main directory. Now, in the ENB series folder, we need to locate _weatherlist.ini. So _weatherlist.ini, it should be right near the top. And you can open that up in your WordPad. Okay. Now we're going to copy and paste the following inside this. So just copy. Weather 11 to 20, and we're going to go to 41 to 50, 61, 66, weather 76. Okay. We're going to go to weather 79. 74, 80, 81, 82, 89, 86. I'm going to search for, I just want to make sure it's not there. Weather 90, weather 91, and weather 92. So find weather 090, 091, and 092. Highlight the whole thing. And just click paste. Okay. And I'm going to space it out. Wait. Control Z. Okay. Weather 90. Weather 91. Weather 92. Okay. Let's do that. Let's make a space. Then we'll paste like that. Okay. And then copy and paste the following into there, and then replace the XXX with the mod index number for your install. So my mod index number is 03F. So I'm going to replace the XXX with 03F. XXX 03F and XXX with 03F. Okay. So I now have weather 90, 91, and 92 for the Moonpath clear, moisture, and rain. And I've changed the weather IDs for the X's to be 03F for me and whatever the mod index is for you, the 3 digits after FE. Okay. Save and exit. So we're going to file, save, and then close it out. And we're done. Next is going to be Nemesis. It's not really the enemy. So this tool requires .NET Framework version 3.5 to be installed correctly in order to function. But we already did install Network 3.5. But you know what? We're going to install it again just to be 100% sure. All right. We're going to open this up. Do you want this app to make changes to your computer? Yes. It didn't come up. All right. I'm going to trust that it's installed. That was fast install. So skeleton animation changes for the longest time required a program called Finis. And over the years, since both Skyrim and the mod's release, it's generally become unsupported. So animation has become kind of big again. So we have a Nemesis Unlimited Behavior Engine, and it's not your arch enemy. That would be NPC merge. And it lets all kind of neat things happen in Skyrim that couldn't happen before, including new animations, gender-specific animations, poses, walks, weapon grips, weapon placement, and much more. So this involves the use of an external patcher program, but it is very straightforward and won't take long at all. So setup instructions. Nemesis will be creating HKX files. We want these files to be automatically sent to a mod instead of being tossed in the overwrite folder. So we can do this by locate and open up the mods folder. Okay. So we are going to locate and open up the mods folder here. Mod tools, mod organizer 2, mods. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it Nemesis output. Okay. In mod organizer 2, press the executable button and select Nemesis. Okay. And we're going to select Nemesis. There we go. In the create files in a mod instead of overwrite, drop down menu, select Nemesis output. Okay. Nemesis. I think I need to. I'm going to close out and go back in the mod organizer 2. Gears. Nemesis. There we go. Nemesis output. Apply. Select apply. Close the window. Okay. All right, so now we're going to run Nemesis. So we're going to run the Nemesis Unlimited Behavior Engine by selecting the executable, click Run. There we go. And click Run. Oh, you're going to also need to activate this, the Nemesis output folder. You need it's empty right now, but I'm going to create a separator and call it the finish line because we're going to be creating some mods here. Okay. All right, now we can click Run. Warning, failed to read mod cache file. All mods will be reverted to unchecked states. Warning, failed to read language cache file. Language is set to default language English. Now let me expand this out a little bit. And that's literally as big as I can make it. Can't make it any bigger. Okay. From the list of mods in the top, if it does not, review the isolation section from, okay. Archery gameplay overhaul, extra drawing animations. So archery gameplay overhaul, okay. Extra drawing animations. We're going to do true directional movement, 360 horse archery, true directional movement, procedural learning, and true directional movement head tracking, and then the animation teleportation bug fix. Okay. We're going to click the Update Engine button. Okay. And then here we have Launch Nemesis Behavior Engine. Wait until the behavior generation complete message appears. Then you can so it says behavior generation complete. Okay. Then you can close Nemesis. The bar in the middle is not a progress bar. It's a graphical representation of how many animations it created versus how many the game can handle. It only created 36 animations. Okay. Verify that Mod Organizer 2 has automatically placed the generated files in the Nemesis output folder in Mod Organizer. Okay. Open an Explorer, and it has. Okay. For instance, the Nemesis output folder should contain a meshes folder, a Nemesis engine folder, scripts folder, and Finis. It does. All right, so we are ready to do a quick test. Open up Skyrim and see if everything we did worked. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to fix something. A mistake that we made during the installation. So if you type in to the right hand pane crash, we're looking for crash logger SSE AEVR, and we want to open in Explorer. Okay. We're going to go to SKSE plugins, the crash logger INI. Okay. Now, when we set this up before and we changed the INI, we put in parentheses or quotation marks. If you put quotation marks here, then Skyrim will not even open because it cannot read that path. So all you need to do is just get rid of the quotation marks, file, save, and you're good. Okay. So now that we're done with that, we can follow these directions in order to make sure that the game doesn't crash. Graphical issues are to be expected and will be resolved later on. So to do this test, we need to deactivate a couple of plugins from the right-hand pane right over here. So the first one is a clear map of Skyrim. A clear map of Skyrim, and you want that deactivated, so not checked. And the other two are ACMOS. I already deactivated these earlier, so that's why they're unchecked, but you want to uncheck both of those as well. Okay. And now we're ready to run Skyrim using SKSE. Drop down menu, SKSE, click run. Okay. And it should start loading up. It may say compiling shaders, and it may say that for quite a while. If it does, that's totally okay. Now, my Skyrim just crashed, and it crashed on a load-in screen. If you're still loading your shaders, press pause and restart after your shaders are loaded, and if you crash. All right. So we are loading back in to Mod Organizer 2. And we have received a crash. So to solve this, the first clue we have is in our overwrite folder. We can open and explore. And right here, it says that we have crash. The most recent one was at 12:31 a.m. So I'm going to open this up. It says unhandled exception access violation. I'm just going to look to see whether there's anything that's absolutely jumping out at me. This is all very, not very clear. Doesn't really tell me any errors. Okay. So how do we fix this crash? So if we crash, the first thing to look for is if we have any missing masters. So we need to check our load order in Mod Organizer 2 and look for a red triangle next to any files on the list. And if they appear, identify the missing masters and activate them if you have them. So that's the first thing that we're going to do here. We're going to just scroll down and we're looking for red triangle. Now, I can tell you that there is one red triangle in my load order. Here we go. Immersive hold borders fix. Okay, so there is two triangles here that say that it's missing the master immersive hold borders fixed. So I'm going to type in the filter hold borders. And right here, you can see immersive hold borders fixed is not activated. So I need to activate this. So I fixed those two, but now I have a new problem. There's a bunch of missing masters here. And when I go and search for one of these, like hold guard ESP, right? They're not there. So what I did next was I clicked on the ESP that has the missing masters, and I looked to see what the missing master, what the mod is from. It's from the Immersive Hold Borders SSE Fixed, and that's in Locations, which is on page 2. So then I went to page 2 and I found the mod, Immersive Hold Borders SSE Fixed, Optional Files, Immersive Hold Borders Fixed Standalone. Okay. So I clicked it and I went in here and I realized what was happening. I downloaded Immersive Holds Borders Fixed. See, 11 October 24. What I should have downloaded is Immersive Hold Borders Fixed Standalone. 17th of October 2023 was the last time I downloaded it. So this one probably has a bunch of masters attached to it. This one does not. So I am going to download that file. I'm going to go to the downloads folder. And I'm going to click install Immersive Hold Borders Fixed SSE. I'm going to replace this file with the one that I just did. Uncheck and recheck. All right. So now that I've done that, I've gotten rid of the other ESP, and you can see here that there's none with a missing master. However, that does mean that I need to redo loot. So anytime you're going to redo loot, you need to uncheck anything in the finish line. So I'm unchecking Nemesis output. So I sorted the mods. So ACMOS, check. I needed these activated. All right. Let's do it again. Let's go to loot, run. Sort plugins. Sorting made no changes to the load order. Okay. And then we have SSE edit 64. Select all. Okay. Press OK. Select them all. Sort masters. Yes, I'm sure. Done sorting. Close. And it didn't save anything. Okay. All right, so I'm going to reactivate Nemesis output. And I'm going to deactivate the Ciro's hotkey cycle. I'm going to deactivate those mods in the right-hand pane again. So a clear map of Skyrim and ACMOS. Uncheck. Okay. So now we're going to try to load up Skyrim again. So SKSE. We're going to press run. Now there should be no missing masters in my file. So fingers crossed that was the only issue that was causing a cooldown. A crash. So we are compiling shaders. Okay, nice. Now, I'm only seeing 1/4 of my screen. I'm not exactly sure why. All right, so I figured out the issue with my display of the game being only 1/4 of my screen. there is a mod that we installed called Display Tweaks, and we need to adjust the INI for the settings of your computer if you're running into this issue. And this will especially happen if you're running it at 4K. Now, Skyrim was designed to be run at 1080p or lower. And so even with the optimizations we've done, 4K can be slow when it comes to FPS. Right now, I do want to run in 4K for the time being. I may end up deciding to change it depending on the performance as we go on. I'm not sure what the performance will be. I have a pretty powerful computer, but it may still struggle. So if you search in your left pane for display tweaks, SSE display tweaks right here under extension frameworks engine patches, you can go to open and explore, SKSE, plugins, and then you have the SSE display tweaks INI. So I have that opened up here. There are a ton of things that you can tweak, and I have not touched the majority of it. So the only things that I have touched is that as I scroll down here, we already did tweak one thing earlier in the guide, but we're going to do a couple of additional things. So borderless, you want to use borderless. So if you have a hashtag in front of borderless, get this line right here, get rid of that hashtag, and then make sure that this says true, not false. We want to run the game in borderless mode instead of windowed mode for a variety of reasons, but it just tends to run more stably. The next one is that you want to use borderless upscale equals true. So again, if there's a hashtag here, get rid of it. The hashtag means it's commented and the game won't read any lines that have a hashtag in front of it. That's why they can put these comments here and it not mess up the file. So we want borderless upscale true as well, because that will stretch the game window across the entire screen in borderless full screen mode. The next thing is resolution. So again, get rid of the hashtag, and then you're going to want to set the resolution for your screen. So my screen is a 4K 16:10 ratio screen. So it's a little bit different than a normal 4K resolution because it's a little bit taller, slightly taller than a normal 16:9 screen. So 3840 by 2400 is the resolution I'm currently running at. I'm not sure exactly what resolution scale does. I believe that it possibly changes the size of the font. So I've left that commented for now. And then finally, the last thing we want to change, or the thing that I changed, I don't know if I actually changed it or not, but swap effect, if you have a comment in front of it, uncomment it, and just leave it at auto. It says that it's recommended to leave this on auto as the best option will be selected based on detected capabilities. The flip options are better for when you're in windowless mode, but it should auto select it if you have that option. So when you're done doing those adjustments, changing it to whatever the resolution is of your screen, go ahead and click save. So then now that we've done that, we can go back in and do this test again. And hopefully this time it's going to work. So we start with disabling these mods here. So on the right-hand pane, you're going to disable a clear map of Skyrim. And then ACMOS, Falscar, and Worm's Tooth. Make sure that you have disabled the Cicero, there we go, Cicero's cycle keys quick set update. And then make sure you've enabled Nemesis output. And with that, if you're ready, then we can go ahead and go into the game. Now, I recommend that you take a photo of this because you don't want to be alt-tabbing in and out of your game. So maybe take a photo on your phone. But what we're going to do is once we get in, we're going to press the tilde key or the console key. It's right underneath your escape key. And then you're going to type COC space. And then we're going to go to these different locations. We're going to visit some of these shrines. If something and if Skyrim crashes, something has gone wrong. Now, we already had that crash where we had a missing master, and we fixed that. So now we're going to go ahead and retest to see whether Skyrim is working again. So SKSE, press run. Okay, so there's the music. So if we go to the console by pressing the tilde button, we're going to type COC space, and it's super tiny letters. I still need to figure out how to fix that. And the first one we're going to go to is Shrine of Azura Exterior 01. Make sure you type in the capitals. Now, when you get to capital O, this dialog box will pop up. So close out of that. All right, so I got Shrine of Azura 01. All right. We are actually in the game. Very nice. Now, there will be some graphical issues. Don't worry about that. We have not generated all of our graphical content yet. I'm going to go to settings, audio, and I'm going to make the music down. Okay. But we can run around. Okay. And there she is. Shrine of Azura. So now we're going to go to the next location. So we're going to go COC space Mehrunes. MEHRUNES 01. Enter. All right. So here we are in the second section, and you can see that like we haven't generated the DynDOLOD, so the LODs, So we can't see any trees or anything. I don't want to get killed, so. All right. So we have that. Oh, look at that. There's some iron. That's really bright. Okay. So we're going to go to our next area now. So COC space Markarth Temple of Dibella. MARKARTH. Markarth Temple of Dibella. Now the of in Markarth Temple of Dibella is lowercase, the lowercase o on that one. All right, so in that test that we just did, it ended up hanging at the third location that I went to, the Temple of Dibella. And it never crashed. It just hung there for a really long time. So I did some research on the Discord, and I saw a reference to someone talking about a specific mod that was causing issues on the third test for them. It's called Skyrim Unique Treasures. So what I've done is I disabled Skyrim Unique Treasures on the left-hand pane by just clicking it. And then on the right-hand pane, I went through and I found all of the ESPs that showed missing master Skyrim unique treasures, and I unchecked them. The only one that I didn't do that for was the one down toward the bottom called Lexy's consistency patches. I didn't uncheck that one. Yeah, I did not uncheck that. So I'm going to go ahead and test it again. I already did, and I was able to get through all the first three, but let's go ahead and open it up and let's see if we can test the 6. All right. So you can actually just press the tilde button and then press the up arrow, and it'll show you the last commands that you ran. So the first one is COC Shrine of Elsweyr Exterior 01. So we'll test that location first. And we were able to get in. Beautiful. Okay, so Shrine of Elsweyr is right there.
We are children of the twilight. Yes, beings who are to be guided from the darkness into the light.
Yes,
and from the light into darkness.
Thank you. right, so I'm going to go to the next location, which is Malrunes 01. Okay. And it's going to sometimes put you at different locations. It kind of randomizes where exactly it places you. But I was able to get here. Okay. So let's go to Temple of DynDOLOD now. Now remember, this is where it crashed last time. And here we are. We managed to make it into the Temple of DynDOLOD. Okay. All right, so let's continue on. We're going to do COC. Kilrath Ruins Exterior 03. So, Hill. EATH. RU. Ruins. Exterior. 03. Okay, so I went to the Markarth Shrine of Talos, typing in Kilrath Ruins Exterior 03. Wasn't working for me. I'll try it again in a minute. Okay. Oh, look at those statues we downloaded. Those are beautiful. All right, I am going to try to go into Markarth. Let's see if we get a crash here for this. No crash.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
You reach right on to the Forsborn! Hey! I die for my
By the Divines, the Forsborn are here in the city.
Everyone stay back. The Markarth City Guard have this all under...
All right. And then I'm going... Oh, I want to see the water first. Sorry, I just... We've been here doing this for so long, it's time to get into the game for a minute. Very nice. Beautiful water. Okay, and then our last one on the list is Winterhold College Exterior. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So it seems that I can move around here. I don't know if I can go in any of these rooms. Let's see. Yep. All of attainments. So being able to go into doors and transition without the game crashing is a huge accomplishment. This is what you're going to be wanting to see in your playtest, in your test here. All right, now let's try that last location one more time. Oh, I was misspelling it. It's not Kilrath, it's Kilkrath. But there's a second K there. Okay. And here we go. All right. Beautiful mountains, but this is nowhere near as good as what it's gonna look like when everything is done. There's a word wall nearby. Oh, there it is. Okay, I can swing my axe. And there's Solitude over there. All right. All right, at this point, you can just go ahead and click quit to the desktop, quit to the desktop, and you're done. Okay. So I'm going to re-enable Skyrim Unique Treasures. And I'm going to re-enable all of the plugins that I deactivated. Also, don't forget a clear map of Skyrim and the ACM OS mods. Okay. All right. I'm just going to test and see if I'm going to test and see if loot still kept its sorting order. I deactivated the Nemesis mod before I did this. Okay, apply sorted load order. All right. Close. And I need to redo sorting the masters. Click OK. And we're going to highlight everything. Going to do sort masters. Okay, close. Done. All right. So we are good now. I'm going to re-enable Nemesis output. So we did the quick test. So if you continue to have issues with crashes, it could be a missing master. It could also be that you have not extracted a BSA archive associated with a Skyrim LE file that you converted earlier. So go through the mod pages to identify these mods and verify you've extracted the BSA files associated with them if they exist. One way to do that is to go to the appendix here. And the appendix has BSA, a list of all the mods that need the BSA files extracted. But these are the ones you want, the LE BSAs. So you're going to check these two and make sure you extracted these two before you converted them. And then you can also look at, you have a mismatched version of SKSE and an SKSE required mod. So check all the mods that have any SKSE plugins and make sure they are for the correct version of SKSE and Skyrim. So you can do that by scrolling down, and these are all mods that have the SKSE DLLs in them. And when you go, what you want to do is you want to verify that you downloaded the correct mod to the guide. So for example, if I go to mod installation part 1 and I look at like papyrus tweaks, right? I need to download version 4.1.0. So if you click download and you go to the files, it will say when the last time was that you downloaded the file, and it'll have a little download marker next to it, right? So what you should see is the cloud with the down arrow, and then you downloaded this file. So that's way you know you downloaded the correct file. If you didn't, you need to re-download the file. And if it's part of a merge, you're going to have to unmerge and then remerge with the new version. Okay, if you still are having issues, then search in the Discord. And if that doesn't give you an answer, then post a question in the help desk of the Discord. There's also a video here, how to troubleshoot cooldowns or crashes caused during a quick test. If you get an actual crash, you will generate a crash log here in the overwrite, like I did. And you're going to want to post that in the Discord as well. All right. So after completing the quick test and exiting the game, you may notice that an SKSE folder with a load of files was auto-generated and placed in the override folder. So we suggest creating a mod out of these files by right-clicking overwrite in the left pane and selecting create mod. In the new pop-up window, insert SKSE output. Click OK, and then activate SKSE output in the left pane. So I'm going to open an Explorer, and I'm going to delete these 3 crash logs. Okay. I'm going to get rid of these cache SSE caches. I'm going to get rid of the INI tweaks folder. And I'm going to get rid of interface. The only thing that should be left is SKSE. Okay. And then I'm going to right click, create mod. paste SKSE output and click OK. Now I have created a mod called SKSE output, and I checked that. And now we have the SKSE output mod right there. Okay. Once that's done, perform the following tweaks. So open animation replacer.ini. I'm guessing that's here in this SKSE plugins, open animation replacer.ini. So in the UI section, UI toggle, toggle UI key, toggle UI key. We're changing it to 210. That's going to change the hotkey to open the menu to insert. And then toggle UI key shift equals 0. Okay. And then we're going to press save, close out. We're done. Okay, so do not run loot past this point. If you have to rerun loot for an update, disable all finishing line elements from Wrye Bash onwards before resorting. For those who are updating their installation, ensure that SSE terrain tamriel extended.esm is disabled in the left pane until it is required for xLOD generation. So that's if you're updating, but we're not updating. So if we need to ever run loot again, anything beyond this point, we would need to disable any other mods that we end up adding. All right, next section is Wrye Bash. Why not? Wrye Bash is an old tool. It's been around since at least Oblivion. It can be used to install and manage mods. That's not how we're using it, though. But it's also used to merge level lists and other various objects without all the tedious moving around in Xedit records. Basically, this is going to create our level list, merge them all together, so that the game knows what loot goes where on what NPCs. So before we start, we need to set up Mod Organizer 2 so it'll save Wrye Bash patch to a mod and not in overwrite. So we can do this by pressing the executables button, and then in the And in the Wrye Bash executable, add the following to the argument line. So we're going to go to the gears. We're going to go to Wrye Bash, and we're going to paste this in. And then, of course, you're going to change drive letter to whatever your drive letter is. In this case, for me, it is D. So D, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Skyrim Special Edition. Click Apply and click OK. In your Mod Organizer 2 install folder, locate and open the mods folder. And then we're going to create a new folder called Bash Patch, and we make sure to activate it. So we're going to go to our mods folder right here, and then we're going to new folder. We're going to call it Bash Patch. Okay. Go here, press the refresh button, and you'll see Bash Patch. Check it to activate it. In the Mod Organizer 2, press the Executables button and select Wrye Bash. In the Create Files in Mod, instead of Overwrite, drop-down menu, select Bash Patch. In the Create Files in Mod, instead of Overwrite, drop-down menu, select Bash Patch. Click Apply and click Close. So Executables, Wrye Bash, Bash Patch. There we go. Apply, close. Okay. So now we can run Wrye Bash by selecting Wrye Bash, select Run, locate Bash Patch 0 ESP. Okay. Wrye Bash, run. Okay, here it is. And then it should be all the way at the bottom. Should be Bash Patch 0 ESP. Right click on the mod and select Rebuild Patch. Note this will always appear this way, even if it's your first time building the patch. A pop-up box might appear telling you to deactivate plugins prior to building the patch. Just click Skip. In the options list that appear, ensure only the following have check marks. So right click, rebuild patch, skip. Okay. So import actors, AI packages, import actors factions, import actors perks, import actors spells, import cells. Import, okay, so we don't want this one. We don't want enchantment stats. We don't want enchantments. We do want import graphics, import inventory, import keywords, import names, import object bounds, import, nope, we don't want to import outfits. We import races. We import races spells. We do not import relations. We do import sounds. We do not import spell stats. We do import stats. We import text. We import, or we do tweak settings. Nope. We do not tweak assorted. We tweak settings. And we get rid of content checker. We keep leveled lists. And we get rid of timescale checker. Click on leveled lists and make sure that remove empty sublists is unchecked. Okay, good. Click on the tweak settings in the left pane. The following settings are recommended but can be set otherwise if you choose. Right click on each setting to set the value indicated. If the value does not appear, enter it manually via the custom setting. Okay. So we're going to do tweak settings. And then AI max active actors. Following recommended to be recommended. Okay. So AI max active actors 40. There we go. So I right clicked and I did 40. Actor training limit 15. Custom 15. Okay. arrow speed 1.4. Okay. Combat max actors. There we go. 30. Prime alarm distance. There we go. Is going to be 1200. So we're going to make a custom. Okay. And then world timescale 15. So custom 15. Okay. And then we're going to ensure there are check marks next to the following settings. So AI max active actors. Okay. Actor training limit. Arrow speed. Combat. Disable projectile dodging. Combat max actors. Crime. Alarm distance. Message. Cannot stop equipment fix. And world time scales. Okay. At the bottom of the interface, click Build Patch. This process generally takes about 10 minutes to run. And then exit Wrye Bash by clicking the X in the upper right of the screen. So we're going to click Build Patch. And it has started building. So you can go ahead and pause and come back when it's built. Okay, so it's done. So we can go ahead and press OK. And then, yes, we want to activate Bash Patch 0. And then exit Wrye Bash by clicking the X in the top right corner of the screen. Bash Patch 0 ESP should have automatically added to the Bash Patch mod. If it does not appear there, refresh Mod Organizer 2 and or check in your Mod Organizer 2 override folder. The Bash Patch, as good as it can be, doesn't always get everything quite the way we want it to. So rather than make you do the fixes and xEdit, we've created a Bash Patch override that will fix the issue. So look at that. We got some mods to download. Okay. So let's check inside here and look at that. Bash Patch 0. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we have Lexy's LOTD Bash override version 2.06. So we'll go ahead and download this. So Bash, Lexy's LOTD Bash override version 2.06. Okay. So let's install this. Bash override. Okay, I'll just copy this. And and boom. Okay. And we'll activate that. And then we have Lexy's LOTD leveled list override. This fixes some mistakes when generating the bash patch leveled lists. We're going to do version 1.03. Lexy's LOTD leveled list override 1.03. Okay. And then install. Copy. Paste. All right. And then finally, Lexy's LOTD nav mesh override. Lexy's LTD nav mesh override version 1.01. Okay. Install. Check. Done. All right. So we're getting a couple of more mods in here on the finish line. Our next section is synthesis. So creating patches is easy. So before we start, we need to set up mod organizer 2 so it'll save the synthesis to output a mod and not to the overwrite folder. So in the mod organizer 2 install folder, open up mods. We're going to do synthesis output. Interesting. Okay, we want quotation marks here apparently. Okay, so let's create that folder here. We're in the mods folder, new, paste. Okay, so quotation marks are a no-go. Okay. In the mod organizer 2, press the executables button and select synthesis, create files in mod instead of overwrite menu, select synthesis output. All right, so refresh. Checkmark synthesis output, executables, synthesis, create files in mod, synthesis output, apply. Okay. All right. So now we're going to generate our synthesis output. So make sure you've set up synthesis as detailed in the prerequisitions page. Select synthesis from the executables drop down and hit run. So let's just double check the pre-installation page. See what it says about synthesis. Okay. Lexy's LOTD synthesis profile. We did that. Okay. So we did set it up correctly. So select synthesis and click run. Synthesis, run. Okay. Config does not exist or is empty. Attempt fix. All right, if you run into that error, what you're going to do is you're going to close out of synthesis, reopen it, and it will find the files that it created the first time that it turned on synthesis. So now what we need to do is we're going to be building our synthesis output. The first thing we need to do, though, is if you have any blocking errors, then we need to fix that first. And often the first time you run synthesis, you'll have blocking errors. So blocking errors have these little red dots on the right-hand side of each of this list of badgers. What you'll do is just click it and then click set to last successful run. And you're going to do that for all of these that have these blocking errors. Set to last successful. Oh, can't set that one. We'll come back to it. Okay. And then here, set to last successful run. Okay. So we still have one that's not working. It is Skyrim arrow damage scaling. So the instructions on how to fix this would be set to last successful run. If that doesn't work, click on the Skyrim Special Edition in the top right corner. And once there, click the lock icon so it appears unlocked. So Skyrim Special Edition, and we're going to unlock. Okay. And then for each errored one in the versioning tab, click match for both synthesis and mutagen. Okay. We still don't have that. So in that case, if the Skyrim arrow damage scaling is still unblocked, select the project in the drop down for Skyrim arrow damage scaling. This one right here. Okay. And we're going to it's ready. We're going to click match. All right, it's ready. So at this point, once this is finished loading, click the Run Group Pipelines button. Okay, I actually left it to latest because it didn't say to do that. All right, so right here is the Run Group Pipeline. So we're going to click Run. And it's going to go through and it's going to create patches for all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and then come back when it's done. All right, once it has completed, then we can see that these have all been completed. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to exit out of synthesis. Okay. And we're going to activate synthesis.esp in the right pane of Mod Organizer 2. So if we scroll all the way down here, we see synthesis.esp. We're going to activate that. And then we're going to run synthesis again. Okay. And now we're going to go to the OWL synthesis output. We need to do the same thing where we're going to set the last successful run. So that one worked. This one did not. So we're going to click Skyrim Special Edition. We're going to unlock. Go back. And it's still not working. So we'll just go ahead and select the group from here. Okay. It's ready. And now we're going to run group patches pipeline button under OWL synthesis output. Okay. And it has completed. So we can close out of synthesis. We can go back here and we can activate OWL synthesis output.esp. All right. So now we have to run the Darkface issue reporter again one last time, but this time with feeling. So all the merges have been made. The bash patch is created. Everything that can possibly mess with our poor NPC faces has been done. So it's time to launch the Darkface issue reporter one last time. So we're going to open xEdit and load all plugins. Okay. Select all. Okay. And then in the left pane, we're going to highlight only the game's base ESMs, the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch, 3D NPC, and Legacy of the Dragonborn. And then we're going to apply the Darkface issue reporter script, option 2. We're going to press OK. We're going to highlight just the base ESMs. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. We're going to highlight the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch, 3D NPC, and Legacy of the Dragonborn. We're going to right click on any one of those that we've selected, press apply script. We're going to do a blackface issue report or darkface issue reporter. There we go. We're going to press OK. Option 3 in the line, but option 2. Run only for selected files or records. Press OK. Or just press the option. And let it run. And it's going to take a minute to run. All right, so it has completed. So what we want to do now is we want to scroll all the way to the bottom, dark face issue collector, and all you should see is file header. If the face issue reporter returns clean, you can delete dark face issue collector and proceed with the guide. Now, if you have dark face issues, then you can follow the directions here in order to fix those issues. So we are good. So in this case, we want to just go ahead and close it out. And we are going to uncheck this so that it doesn't save it and press OK. And then when we go back to our thing here, we shouldn't see any dark face issue reporter ESP. There should be nothing. There isn't. Yeah. So it has a cache for the dark face issue reporter check, but no actual ESP. We're good. Okay. Next, OWL randomized special loot. This loot is a hoot. So OWL randomized special loot is a new mechanic. Now divides the loot into 3 tiers: low, medium, and high. Make sure to install this as a separate mod in Mod Organizer 2. Okay. So we are going to 1.2.5. Here we go. OWL randomized special loot 1.2.5. We're going to download this file. And we're going to install it as a separate file. So OWL randomized special loot. It's an update file, but it does not get overwritten to anything. And activate it. Next is OWL randomized special loot AMBCA patch. So this patch includes items from a Midian book content add-on and open world loot, and open world loot randomized special loot leveled lists. So we're going to download version 1.0. We are downloading the OWL randomized special loot AMBCA patch. This right here. Optional files, version 1.0. Okay. And this was optional, so it's also going to be a separate file. Okay. And then we have OWL randomized special loot MLU patch. This surprise some Morrow loot logic to OWL. Okay. This is called MLU. That's what we'll search for. MLU. OWL randomized special loot MLU patch. OWL randomized special loot MLU patch, version 1.0. Install. OWL randomized special loot MLU patch. Okay. And we're done. Okay. Next is Bodyslide. So this mod has all the Bodyslide options pre-selected for use with Lexy's LOTD. So we're going to download version 1.01. Okay. Lexy's LOTD Bodyslide pre-selection. Install. There we go. All right. So before we start, we need to set up Mod Organizer 2 so it'll save the Bodyslide output to a mod and not the overwrite folder. So we're going to do this by creating a folder in the Mod Organizer 2 mods folder called Bodyslide output. Okay. In Mod Organizer 2, executables button, Bodyslide output. All right, so executables, we're going to go to Bodyslide, x64, create files in a mod. I need to first refresh and then activate the mod. And now when I go here, nope. Bodyslide, create files in mod. Bodyslide output, apply, okay. All right. So now we're going to generate Bodyslide output. So we're going to select Bodyslide from the executable dropdown and hit run. So Bodyslide and click run. And we're going to choose Skyrim Special Edition. Choose game. All right, and we're here. Now from the outfit body drop-down menu, select DBBE 3BBB Amazing Underwear. I'm going to scroll up. DBBE 3BBB. Here we go. CBBB, CBBE, 3BBB, Amazing Underwear, not the Unibrew version. Okay. From the preset drop-down menu, select Lexy's LOTD CBBE preset. So Lexy's LOTD SE preset. Click settings. Settings down here in the bottom left right corner. And then click advanced. Right here. Under output path, point to mods Bodyslide output folder. Mod tools, Mod Organizer 2, mod Bodyslide output. There we go. Select folder. Click OK. Click batch build. Right click, select all, and then click build. On the next window, make sure that CBBE 3BBB Amazing Underwear selected. All right, so we are looking for choose output CBBE 3BBB Amazing Underwear is selected. And then under himbo, we need to select Vanilla Never Nude. So himbo ref. So we want himbo body Vanilla Never Nude right here. And that's it. Everything else, just leave it as is. Press OK. All sets processed successfully. And we'll press OK. And then you can exit the application. All right. So if we go back here and we go to Bodyslide output, open in Explorer, and we have all these meshes now that we have built. That means that the armor is going to work with the bodies that we've selected without any clipping involved, no matter how you morph the body in character creation. All right. Our next section is xLODGEN. Distant mountains have never looked this good. So we're going to download the xLODGEN resources SSE terrain Tamriel. This plugin adds back terrain for Skyrim at the outer edges, so there's no missing terrain message textures when generating terrain LOD for Skyrim. Okay. So we are downloading SSE Tamriel Terrain Extend 2.0. Tamriel Terrain Extend version 2.0. Downloads. Install. Okay. And we activate. Now, before running xLODGEN, make sure you have added process exclusions for xLODGEN x64 exe and text convert x64 to your antivirus software and Windows Defender. And we did that in video 1. So create a folder called SSE output at the root of a drive. So we already have that. We did that before. SSE output. Yep. Already there. Once the above is done, open Mod Organizer 2 and add xLODGEN64.exe as an executable. Pretty sure we already did that. No, we did not. xLODGEN 64.exe. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to add from file. And we're going to go to new volume D, mod tools, xLODGEN, xLODGEN. We're going to add xLODGEN X64 as an executable. Okay. It's already here. xLODGEN X64 as an executable. And then we're going to add SSEO drive letter load gen. So you're going to need to change this. So we did a bad thing, right? We left it as drive letter. So it's lowercase o quotation D for me, colon backslash SSLODGEN output. SSLOD gen output apply. Okay. Select xLODGEN 64 from the executable dropdown and hit run. Okay. And here we go. In the select world spaces box, check everything. This can be done by right-clicking in the window and choosing select all. So in the select world spaces to generate LOD for, select all. Under terrain LOD, okay, good. Make sure only terrain LOD is checked. So we're not going to do objects LOD or trees LOD, only terrain LOD. And then we're going to change some settings. So quality 0. Diffuse settings. Size 256. Format is going to be BC7 quick. Optimize unseen is up here. Is going to be 500. Perfect borders checked. MIP map checked. Yep. Gamma. .25. Okay. And just leave any other settings. And then under normal settings, build normal. Size 256. Format BC7 quick. MIP map checked. Raise steepness checked. under the bake normal maps settings, default size normal or default size diffuse is none, and default size normal none. All right. Now we're going to select LOD 8 and set the following options. That was for okay. I missed this up the top here. Check build mesh, build diffuse, build normal, build mesh, build diffuse, build normal, and bake normal maps. This should be done for all LOD settings. Okay. And then select LOD 4, which we have, and we already set all these options. Okay. Now we're going to, in the drop-down menu, select LOD 8. We're going to change the quality to 4. We're going to, in the diffuse settings, size 256, BC7 quick, optimize unseen, is 525. Okay. MIP map checked. Gamma 1.25. Okay. Under the normal settings, size 256, BC7 quick, MIP map not checked, and then bake normal map setting, none and none. Okay. Select LOD 16 and select the following options. Diffuse quality should be 6. Okay. Diffuse settings size is 256. BC7 quick. Optimize unseen 625. Okay. MIP map checked. Gamma 1.25. Normal settings size 256. BC7 quick. MIP map not checked. And then bake normal, none, none. Okay. Then select LOD 32. Quality 0. Diffuse settings is going to be 2048. Format BC7 quick. Optimize unseen should be 550. MIP map checked. Gamma 1.25. Under normal settings, size 2048. BC7 quick. MIP map not checked. Raise steepness not checked. Bake normal map settings, none and none. Okay. Ensure that the bake normal map is checked for all versions. Okay, it is. Ensure occlusion is unchecked make sure seasons. What? Oh, seasons down here is unchecked. And then we're going to click over here, generate. All right, so terrain generation is done. That took about 8 minutes, I think, to do. So welcome back. So we can go ahead and close out of that. Okay. And if we go here and we go to refresh. The load gen output, I forgot, is here. It's in the base. So these are the meshes, and then these are the textures. About 4 gigabytes of data has been created there. So now we're going to generate road generation. So we're going to select ACMOS road generator from the executable drop down and hit run. And from the drop down menu, select paths only. So ACMOS road generator, click run. Okay. From the drop down menu, we're going to select road, or we're going to select paths only, right? Okay. For the path to LOD, browse to the LODGEN output folder. Right here. Select folder. And then we're going to click generate. At the prompt to overwrite LOD textures, click yes. And then when it prompts, would you like to zip the output? Choose no. So would you like to zip the output? No. All done. Okay. And then close. Don't forget to profit. Once the generation finishes, exit the road generation tool, navigate to where you created the output directory, and copy it to your MO2 mods directory. Refresh your mod lists in MO2 and activate the newly created load gen output mod. Okay. We're also going to deactivate SSE Terrain Tamriel Extend at this point. It's only needed for xLODGEN operation. So we're going to copy this output folder. We're going to go to Mod Tools, Mod Organizer 2, and then Mods. And then we're just going to paste it into the folder. It'll take a second because it's a couple gigs. All right. Okay. Refresh your list in Mod Organizer 2. And activate the newly created output. And we're going to deactivate SSE terrain, Tamriel ESM at this point. It is only needed for the LOTDGEN operation. So over here, where we have SSE Tamriel or terrain Tamriel extend.esm, we're going to deactivate that ESM. What else is in this? Okay. So we deactivated the ESM. And then we're ready to move on. So DynDOLOD error fixes, the reason why you can see Solitude's windmill turn. So couple of mods to download here. The first mod to download is DynDOLOD text gen fixes, version 2.3. Okay. And there's a full mod on this. Next. We're going to do Skyrim unique treasures and select nothing else. Click next. Grey Cowl of Nocturnal, Fall Flora, and the Skyrim extended cut Saints and Seducers, and then select nothing. Next, select nothing, and then select nothing. Install. Okay. It's the checkbox. Next is LOD model library for DynDOLOD. So we're going to download the full mod version 1.6 right here. Okay. And Skyrim extended cut Saints and Seducers is the only thing to select. Press OK. Check. Done. And then we have DynDOLOD error fixes. So a Lexy's file. DynDOLOD error fixes version 1.01 under the miscellaneous files. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then we have our last mod, which is, I believe, yep. Our last mod, which is DynDOLOD Darken Texture for Generation. So this mod is used only during DynDOLOD generation. Once that has been completed, deactivate this mod. Failure to do so will result in overly dark textures on some trees in the Reach and near Solitude. Okay, so we're going to download miscellaneous files, darken textures. Here we go. Darken the good one, last one. The good one, last one. Version 1.02. Yes. Download. Okay. So once we've once we have generated DynDOLOD, deactivate this mod. Okay. So we will install. Okay. DynDOLOD, dynamic distant LOD generation, giving our firstborn. So running DynDOLOD is really a two-part process. The first, text gen, creates texture atlases based on the game's installed textures. These are required for the second step, DynDOLOD itself, which uses them so that when distant LODs transition to closer ones, the texture sets match up in a better way. That by itself would make this worth running, but it does more. It also is responsible for allowing you to see running water, waterfalls, windmills turning, and other dynamic motions from a long distance, something that vanilla Skyrim doesn't do. So quite a few warnings here. So let's go through them. Warning: if you're using an AMD GPU, Adrenaline, it's recommended to revert to version 2.2.5.1 or update to the latest version prior to running DynDOLOD to prevent OpenGL errors. Search or ask in the Discord for any clarification. I am using NVIDIA, so that's not a worry. If you aren't familiar with DynDOLOD, Gamer Poets has a tutorial video that is well worth watching. It can be viewed here at this link. So we're going to start with TextGen 64. So before running TextGen 64 and DynDOLOD, make sure you've added the process exclusions to your antivirus software. We did that. Ultra trees will significantly increase your VRAM usage. If your graphics card is less than 6 gigabytes of VRAM, consider generating traditional tree LOD. This can be done by not altering HD tree and ultra settings in TextGen and DynDOLOD. Leave both unchecked. I've got a 4090, so I'm going to be using ultra trees. Okay, so we're going to start with TextGen and then DynDOLOD. And we're almost done. Look at that. Okay, select TextGen from the executables right here and click Run. Here we go. Here is TextGen. Change the stitched object LOD textures base size to 256. Stitched objects LOD textures base size to 256 1044p. Okay. Change rendered object textures base size to 256. Rendered objects to 256. Okay. Change trees, grass, LOD billboards to the following: units per pixel, 11, 1080p. Units per pixel, we're going to 11. $11, 1080p. Grass unchecked. Grass is unchecked. Okay. Trees or tree checked. Direct 170. Tree check direct is 170. Ambient 60. Okay. HD tree checked. Direct 170. Ambient 60, smoothness 0. Okay. And then rendered is checked. Direct 100, ambient 95, smoothness 0. Okay, so rendered, direct, or rendered, direct, checked 195. So 195, smoothness 0. Diffuse alpha default BC7 quick. Okay. Default BC7 quick BC. Okay. Diffuse, normal, specular, and normal. Diffuse, normal, specular, and normal. All of them are BC7 quick, which is what we want. Click start and allow TextGen to run. Okay. So notice that it's going to DynDOLOD Special Edition TextGen output folder in my mod tools folder. So I'm going to need to remember that. So click start. Okay, so exit TextGen, zip and exit, check log, or restart. So click exit to exit TextGen. Copy and paste the TextGen output to your Mod Organizer 2 mods folder. Okay. So we're going to go to Mod Tools, DynDOLOD, TextGen output, copy. It is 206 megabytes. We're going to go to Mod Organizer 2, mods, paste. Okay. And activate the newly created TextGen output mod in Mod Organizer 2. So we're going to click refresh. TextGen output. All right. Now DynDOLOD 64. So we're going to select we're going to select DynDOLOD's x64 from the Mod Organizer 2 executable dropdown, and we're going to hit run. So DynDOLOD x64, and we're going to click run. Deleted reference found. The following plugins need to be cleaned. DawnGuard.esm. Exit DynDOLOD. Okay, so I received this error. Deleted references found. The following plugins need to be cleaned. DawnGuard.esm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rerun the Bethesda ESM file maintenance. I'm only going to do it for DawnGuard though. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go to my main Skyrim directory. I'm going to go to data, and then I'm going to make a folder, and I'm going to call it temp backup. Okay. And I'm going to do dawnguard.esm, copy it, and I'm going to paste it in here. Okay. Because I want to keep a non-cleaned version of the DawnGuard ESM. Then I'm going to go to Mod Tools, Mod Organizer. Well, faster to just do this. So cleaned vanilla ESMs, that folder we created with the cleaned vanilla ESMs, I'm going to delete DawnGuard from it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the original files. I'm going to clean the DawnGuard file that's in the main directory. So SSE quick auto clean, click run. I'm only going to select DawnGuard, and I'm going to click OK. Okay. So quick clean mode is finished. Background loader is finished. I'm going to close out and done. Then I'm going to go and we need to manually xedit dawnguard.esm. So we're going to go to xedit. I'm going to select none and only select DawnGuard and click OK. All right, background loader is finished. So in the pane, we're going to press the plus arrow next to DawnGuard, plus arrow next to cell, the plus arrow next to block 5, plus arrow next to subblock 3, and then on the one that says that ends in BCF, which is red, click there. Gonna locate and the sub record that refers to Rift and Ratway Zone. Right click on the above entry under DawnGuard and select remove. Okay. So we're going to scroll down and we have the xzen subrecord. And here we have the Rafton Riftwood Zone. Let me make this bigger. That ends in BB9. And the right click on the entry under DawnGuard, so right here, and I'm going to click remove. Absolutely sure. Okay. You only need to remove the Rift and Ratway Zone entry, not the entire record. We're going to follow the same process for block 2, sub block 1. Okay, so block 2, sub block 1, And then we're going to remove the entire record of A4C right here. Right click. DW guard templates, remove the entire record. So remove. You want to permanently remove? Yes. Okay. And then finally, we're going to go to block 8, subblock 1. And we're going to remove the entire subblock. Remove. Done. Close Xedit and save by clicking the X in the program's title bar. So X. Okay. Okay. Press OK. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go the Skyrim Special Edition data. We're going to go to Dawn Guard, copy. Or actually, we're just going to cut Dawn Guard. And then we're going to go to mod. We're going to open up this mod in Explorer, press paste, done. Okay. And then we're going to go to Skyrim Special Edition, data, and you'll see Dawn Guard isn't here. We're going to go to temp backup, copy, paste. And I'll delete the temp backup folder. Okay. So now we have taken the cleaned ESM and we put it in our cleaned ESM mod, and we have put back the vanilla version in the file here. So now that we've done that, we are ready to go back to DynDOLOD. So the finish line. And let's see if that fixed the issue. So we're going to go to DynDOLOD, x64, press run. And that worked. Okay. So I'm not sure what happened there, but we have it re-cleaned now. So it should be working now. So we are going to, in the top left section of the pop-up window, right click in the World Spaces box and select all. Select all. Okay. In the top right section, check Candle and FX Glow. Candles and FX Glow. In the Options category in the bottom section, check Object LOD, Dynamic LOD, Glow Windows, and High. Object LOD. Okay. Dynamic LOD. Glow Windows and High. Glow Windows and High. Okay. For Ultra Trees, check Ultra and uncheck Tree LOD. For traditional trees, check Tree LOD and uncheck Ultra. We're doing Ultra. So check Ultra and uncheck, well, it automatically unchecked tree LOD. Set max tile size LOD to 1024. Max tile size LOD to 1024. Max tile size full to 256. Max tile size full to 256. Billboard brightness to -5. Billboard brightness -5. Max tile size billboard to 1024. Max tile size billboard to 1024. Check fake lights child world. Fake lights. Oh, we're doing fake lights child world, not selected world. Child world. Check upgrade near grid large reference to far grid. Upgrade near grid large reference to far grid. Okay. Check occlusion data. Okay, it's checked. Below occlusion data, set quality to 3. Check plugin and check terrain underside. Check plugin and check terrain underside. Uncheck seasons. Check parent child. So uncheck seasons. Check parent child. Click the high button to load mesh rules for your load order based on settings for the high preset and earlier selected options. Okay, we're gonna do high. Here we go, up at the top right corner. High. Okay. Locate tree mesh rules, then change LOD 8 to billboard and LOD to billboard 4 and LOD 32 to billboard 6. Terrain mesh rules. Locate terrain mesh rules. Okay, so not called tree mesh rules. It's called the tree mesh rules. So scroll down to the very bottom and you have tree. You're going to change the LOD 8 to billboard 4. So LOD 8 is LOD 8. Just double click on it. Going to billboard 4. And LOD 32 to billboard 6. Locate the slash mesh rules. Which I believe is up the top. Oh. Locate the slash mesh rules. All the way at the bottom. By tree. Right? We got that. Change LOD 32 to level 0. Okay. In the bottom right selection, click OK button To begin LOD generation, this will take a while. Once generation is completed, select save and exit to close the window and exit DynDOLOD. Okay. So 4, 6, and then 32 is level 0. Okay. We're going to okay. You know, I'm going to save this preset. Okay. Now you're going to press OK. And it's going to start generating these billboards. It's going to take a while. So buckle up. All right, so it is completed. It took me 32 minutes to complete this. You're going to click save and exit. And we're done. And it should have popped up a website. You can close out of that. Okay. So once generation has completed, select save and exit to close the window to exit DynDOLOD. Copy and paste the DynDOLOD outputs to your Mod Organizer 2 folder and activate the new outputs. Okay. So we're going to go to Tool Mod Tools, DynDOLOD Special Edition, DynDOLOD output, copy. It is 5 gigabytes. You're going to go to Mod Tools, Mod Organizer 2, Mods, and paste. Okay. You can refresh and activate. All right. Then we need a download. So DynDOLOD FX Glow Accurate Disabler Quality of Life. This mod lets you disable the buggy lights generated by DynDOLOD FX Glow without disabling others. Designed for the Lexy's Legacy the Dragonborn Special Edition mod list, but it works for everyone. Version 1.02. Okay. And then we hit refresh. We didn't need to hit refresh. We go to downloads. And then install. And check. Okay, it says ensure that DynDOLOD darken textures for generation is disabled in the left pane. This one right here, DynDOLOD darken textures for generation. We're going to disable that. All right, congratulations. Taken a long time, but the game is no joke. Seriously, 100% ready for you to jump in and play. All you have to do is make sure that Stereo's Cycle Hotkeys Quick Set Update is still disabled in the left pane. Press play, create your character, make your MCM changes, and finalize the LJOS ENB install, the big black circle in the top right corner of your screen when you start up the game. So now is the time to enjoy the fruit of our labors. So as something seems off ever when you're playing, you can always go into the Discord, Lexy's Discord, and fix that and ask your questions. Let's go ahead and verify that we have disabled Stereo's hotkeys. Okay, so we're going to disable that. The quick set update. Remember that once we have exited the prison cell and started the game and everything's loaded, we're supposed to save it. And then we come in here, we re-enable that, and we're good to go. And then the other thing that I want to just check is to just make sure that we have disabled the DynDOLOD resources. So see how the Tamriel extend is gone. And you know what I'm going to do? The only thing in here is the ESM. So I'm just going to uncheck this in the left-hand pane, period. And that way it's gone from the right-hand pane. So these two should be disabled as well as the hotkeys. These permanently stay disabled. All right. Our next section, our last section, is the MCM setup. And this is where we'll go through how to set up a game and selecting all of the options that you need to in order to start playing. That'll be the final video in this series. I want to thank you all for watching and sticking with me throughout all this. Take a break if you can stand to not just log in Skyrim right now. And then when we come back, we'll get our first game up and loaded. And we'll fix any possible errors that come up along the way. So take that break, and I'll see you in a minute.